Hello and welcome to Yoga with Glenn. I'm Glenn. In today's session, I'm going to take you through a nice athletic warm-up to really get the joints moving and the blood flowing. Even if you're not an athlete, this is still a nice general warm-up to start your day. Please like the video, subscribe to the channel. It really helps out a lot. Hop on your mat, hop into something comfortable, and let's get started. In this warm-up, you're not just preparing your body, you're also preparing your mind for focus and determined action. Whatever your action is, just keep that in mind through this series. Let's begin in Tadasana, or mountain pose, or standing pose of equanimity. Nice even pressure through the feet, a little bit of action, strength in the muscles here in the legs, nice even hips, nice open heart space. We're open behind the heart too, not scrunching our shoulder blades together. Level chin, eyes gazing slightly forward and up. With an inhale, circle our arms up. And exhale, swan dive forward, forward fold. Take a nice bend in the knees here. Maybe rest the torso against the thighs. This is our first one. Just take your time with it. And when you're ready, inhale for a halfway lift, grow long through the spine, extend through the crown. And exhale, fold. And inhale, rise, circling the arms up, touching the palms overhead. And bring the hands down to heart center. A little bit more action here. Let's load up into the legs. Drive the arms forward and up, slight back bend, just a slight one, and then dive straight forward, hinging at the hips, forward folds. Same thing, you can take a bend in the knees here, if that helps, or you can keep them a little bit straighter than last time. With an inhale, halfway lift, and exhale, fold, and inhale, rise, circle the arms up, touch the palms overhead, and bring the hands down to heart center. Load up into the legs once more, a little bit deeper of a back bend as you drive the arms forward and up. And exhale, fold, dive forward. Take whatever bend in the knees you like here. And when you're ready, inhale, halfway lift, and exhale, fold. And inhale, rise, circle the arms up, touch the palms overhead. And exhale, bring the hands down to heart center. One more, load up into the legs. Drive the arms forward and up, a little bit bigger back bend. And exhale, dive forward, forward folds. Take whatever bend in the knees you like here. Now bring your palms to your elbows. Grab the arms in this ragdoll modification. Head between the biceps. You can take a bend in the knees here if you like, resting the torso against the thighs. And be playful here. You can rock side to side. And eventually, when you come to stillness in the center, straighten one leg, feel your body sway. Rebend. Straighten the opposite leg. Again, feel the body sway to the opposite side. Feel the difference in the back body. Rebend. Come back to the center. And keeping your ears through your biceps, or between your biceps, we're going to rise up into standing, and when our arms come to the top, overhead, release, extend the arms down, and with an inhale, come back up to heart center. I'm going to turn, face the correct way on my mat here, but load up into the legs, drive the arms up, and swan dive forward, forward folds, inhale, halfway lift, and exhale, fold. Plant the hands on the mat. Step back with the right leg. Set yourself up for high lunge. And when you're ready, inhale. Rise up. Try to keep that back leg straight. Try not to flare the ribs out, but really kind of tuck the pelvis. Be active here in the abs. And then exhale, forward, hands to mat. Step back, high plank. Shift forward, lower down, chaturanga vinyasa. flow through into upward facing dog or high cobra, your choice. Flip the toes and then press yourself back into downward facing dog. Now for these first rounds, if you'd like to take a transition to table and then all the way down instead of the chaturanga vinyasa, you're more than welcome to. While we're here in downward facing dog, with an inhale, lift the left leg, and exhale, step that through between the hands, rise up again into high lunge, and exhale, fold, hands to mats. With an inhale, step the leg forward into halfway lift, extend through the spine, and exhale, fold, and inhale, rise, circle the arms up, touch the palms overhead, and bring the hands down to heart center. Load up into the legs again, drive the hands forward and up, slight back bend, and exhale, fold, forward fold, inhale, halfway lift, grow long, and exhale, fold, plant the hands, step back with the opposite leg, left leg here. Remember to set yourself up for that high lunge. Keep this back leg straight. And inhale, rise up, arms up overhead. And exhale, hands back down to the mat. Step back with the right leg into high plank. Shift forward, lower down, flow through chaturanga vinyasa. And exhale, meet me in downward facing dog. Lift the right leg for three-legged dog with an inhale. And exhale, step that foot between the hands. Set yourself up for a high lunge. And when you're ready, inhale, rise up. And exhale, hands to mat. Step forward with the back leg into a halfway lift with an inhale. And exhale, fold. And inhale, rise. Circle the arms up. Touch the palms overhead. And bring the hands down to heart center. Now bring your feet to touch, big toes inside of the ankle, heel. I'm going to scoot back a little bit. And as you drive the arms forward and up, take a nice bend in the knees for chair pose, like you're sitting in a chair. Ribs not flared out, but tuck them down. Nice and straight in the torso here. And we're going to twist back, so have one arm out in front of you, and with your eyes, follow the other arm back. Nice chair pose with a twist here. And then inhale, sweep this arm by the hip. Come up into a back bend, straighten the legs, and then dive forward, forward fold. Inhale, halfway lift. And exhale, fold. And inhale, rise. Circle the arms up, touch the palms overhead, and when you connect the palms, sink back down into chair pose. Same things apply. Nice and strong here in the legs, nice and strong here in the core. And exhale, straighten the left arm out. The right arm, follow it back for this twist. And with an inhale, sweep this arm by the hip. Come up, back bend, straighten the legs. And then exhale, dive forward, forward fold. Inhale, halfway lift. And exhale, fold. And inhale, rise again, circle the arms up, touch the palms overhead, and bring the hands down to heart center as you sink down into a chair pose. A little bit different of a twist this time. For this first one, try to bring your elbow between your thighs while keeping both knees straight. Try not to let this knee track back. Try to keep both knees pointed straight ahead of you. Really press against the palms here to enhance this stretch a little bit. Look slightly up and behind you. And then inhale, back up to center. And we're going to exhale into a twist, to the other side. Elbow between the thighs. Remember, try not to let this knee come back this time. Keep both knees pointed forward together. You can press against the palms here to enhance the twist. Breathe here in this posture. And when you're ready, inhale back to center. Hands and arms come forward and up with a slight back bend, and then dive forward, forward folds. Inhale, halfway lift, go long in the spine, extend to the crown. And exhale, fold. And inhale, rise. Circle the arms up, touch the palms overhead. And as you bring the hands down to heart center, sink down into chair pose once more. We're going to enhance the twist a little bit more this time. So take an inhale and then exhale, begin to twist and try to get your elbow on the outside of your thigh this time. Same thing applies with the knees. Try to keep them even, level, pointed straight forward. And if you can make it into this twist, you can extend one arm down by the shin, extend the other arm up towards the sky, and try to track these fingers with your eyes. And breathe here, and when you're ready, bring the hands back to touch at heart center. If you took that extension of the arms, and inhale, come back to center, still in your chair pose. Take an extra breath here if you need it. Inhale and then exhale, twist to the other side, elbow on the outside of the thigh if you're able to. If not, you can hang out here with the elbow between the thighs. But if you're following along, same press in the palms to enhance the twist. And if you'd like to take this modification, extend the arms, one arm down by the shin, other arm up to the sky, eyes tracking up here. Breathe, enjoy. And when you're ready, arms come back, hands to heart center. Inhale, back to center, and then drive the arms forward and up, back bend. And then exhale, dive forward, forward folds. Plant the hands, step back with the feet for high plank. Back into downward facing dog. Just hang out in this downward facing dog. You can pedal out the feet if you need to, if you want to feel a stretch in the back body. Take an extra breath here. And when you're ready, inhale, lift the right leg, Haisuki. And exhale, step that foot between the hands. And try to keep this back leg straight as you're here in your runner's lunge. This can be great for warming up the hips as well as a cool down stretch. But what we're really focused on here is the adductor complex, the inside of the thigh, and the hip flexor of this side. So without bending the knee, try to get a little bit deeper of a stretch here. And when you're ready, plant the hands down on the mat and back up into three-legged dog. And then return the foot to the mat. Take a breath here. Nice fulfilling inhale. Exhale through the mouth if needed to let some heat out. When you're ready, inhale, lift the left leg, three-legged dog, and then exhale. Step that foot through between the hands for your runner's lunge. Remember, try to keep this back leg straight as you sink the hips forward and down. Breathe here. Enjoy the stretch. When you're ready and when you're satisfied, inhale, press your hands down on the mat and inhale, back up to three-legged dog. And exhale, drop the foot to the mat. Shift forward into high plank. And just hold this high plank really nice and strong here in the lower abs. Try to tuck the hips a little bit to bring some action to the lower abs. Really bracing in the core. Hips slightly up but tucked. And we'll hold this for another couple breaths. If you're unable to hold this here, you can definitely bring the knees down to the mat. But if you're following along, another breath. 3, 2, 1. Go ahead, drop the knees to the mat. Take your palm, lay it across the mat, forearm across the mat and come onto your right side. And the feet, you can stack them so the left foot is in front, the right foot is in front, whatever you like. You can stack your feet like this. You're going to come up into a side plank. And this hand you can have on your hip. You can extend it overhead. We're going to hold this for a couple breaths in this side plank. Breathe. Really focus on the muscles trained here, which is the obliques of the right side. If your body's shaking, that's okay. Push through. 3, 2, 1. Drop the hip slowly to the mat. And then switch. Left arm across the mat, palm down. Same thing with the feet. I like to have the top leg over top of the bottom leg. And when you're ready, we'll press up into our side plank, and we'll be feeling this on the left oblique this time. Same thing with the arms. You can have on the hip. You can have it up in the air, staring at the hands, at the fingers. Really breathe. Focus on your breath. If you're shaking, that is completely okay. Three, 2, 1. Slowly drop the hip. Bring the forearms down to the mats. Shoelace side of the foot on the mat. Feet together, legs together. Lift the chest, lift the chin for Sphinx pose. Hold this for just a couple breaths. You can exhale through the mouth. Just let some extra heat out. Remember to try to keep the shoulders away from the ears. Try not to scrunch up in this pose, but nice and open. Another breath or two here. Now tuck the toes and start to lift the hips. Walk the toes forward. Place the ears between the biceps, the head between the biceps. And now we are in dolphin pose. And then if you press your forearms off the ground, this is downward facing dog. Extend the feet back out to hip width, the hands back out to hip width if you're able to. And inhale, lift the lift the left leg, three-legged dog. And exhale, step that through between the hands. And then rise up for high lunge. Place the arms down in front of you and take a twist over this bent knee, the left knee. A breath here. And then after an exhale, inhale, sweep this leg by the hip. Slight back bend. And then exhale back down to the mat. Step back into high plank. Knees to the ground. Forearms to the ground. Shoelace side of the foot on the ground. Feet together, legs together. Forearms, palms. Try to have your middle finger forward instead of your index finger. Have the middle finger forward. Everything is lined up, pointed straight. Nice bend in the back. The arms should be at a perfect 90-degree angle here. Open in the chest and the chin, not scrunched up in the shoulders for Sphinx pose. Now tuck the toes. Start to lift the hips. Send the head between the biceps. Start to walk the feet forward into dolphin pose. If you like, you can keep walking the feet forward as close as you like. And when you're ready, press through the palms. Extend the forearms off the ground for downward facing dog. Walk the hands out slowly. Walk the feet out slowly. And then lift the right leg for three-legged dog, and then exhale, step that through. Set yourself up for high lunge. We're going to take that same high lunge twist as you lower the arms down in front of you. Keep the left arm straight, and then twist from the right side, trying to stay nice and strong here in the lower body. Following these fingers back with your eyes. After an exhale, inhale, sweep this arm by the hip. Come up, slight back bend, and then exhale, back down, hands to the mat. Step back, high plank. And then bring your knees to the mat. Forward table posture. Now extend the left leg back. Arrow the foot so the heel is over the toes. Extend the right arm out. I'm going to scoot back a little bit further for this. Extend the right arm out so it's straight, thumbs pointed up. And then float the back leg off the ground. We're going to go through a couple rounds of bird dog. So inhale, grow long. And exhale, crunch knee to elbow. Keep that hand pointed straight. And then inhale, grow long. Exhale, crunch chin to chest, really rounding the back like we would for cat pose. Knee to elbow. Inhale, grow long. Extend the leg, extend the arm. And then exhale, crunch. Inhale, grow long. One more. Exhale, crunch. Inhale, grow long. Return the hand to the mat. Return the knee to the mat. Take a second, recenter yourself if you need to. And when you're ready, same thing with the right leg. Extend the leg back with the toes on the ground, arrowing the foot so the heel is above the toes. Extend the left arm forward. And when you're ready, float the back leg off the ground. Inhale, grow long, and then exhale, crunch, rounding the back, chin falls towards the chest, knee to elbow, and then inhale, extend, exhale, crunch, inhale, extend, exhale, crunch. Remember to point the spine up towards the sky, chin to chest, knee to elbow. Inhale, extend, and exhale, crunch. Inhale, extend, and then exhale, hand to mat, knee to the mat, and then sweep your legs around. Come on to your back. Slowly, soles of the feet on the ground, extend the arms out, and slowly roll onto your back. And when your head reaches the mat, float the feet and the knee, float the feet off the ground. Bring your elbows inside of your knees and either grab a hold of your big toe, the bottom of your foot, your ankle, or the back of your knees. Whatever you need to grab a hold of in this happy baby. And you're here, you've made it to the end of this warm-up. Be playful here in your happy baby. Rock side to side, back and forth, whatever you need to do. You can extend one leg, rebend, extend the other. Be nice and playful here. When you're satisfied, give yourself a nice knee hug and start to bring gentle rocks back and forth, tucking the chin, rock back and forth along the spine, and eventually you're going to grow those rocks until you're able to scoot back a little bit, until you're able to rock all the way up into a standing forward fold. Now, if your body's not feeling ready for this, then don't try it, but before you try it, watch first, and I'll demonstrate. So eventually the rocks will get so big that you'll rock forward into a standing forward fold. Be playful here. Give the body a second to catch up. I'm going to turn and face you. And when you're ready, extending the knees first, straightening the knees, and then slowly roll up one vertebrae at a time. until you arrive into Tadasana, standing pose of equanimity or mountain pose. Let's take another inhale together. Circle the arms up. Touch the palms overhead, and exhale. Bring the hands down to heart center. Thank you so much for joining me today. Hope you feel nice and warmed up and ready to tackle whatever you needed this warm-up for, whether it be for any kind of sport or just your daily life in general. Thank you so much. The light in me sees the light in you. Namaste.